Good morning or good afternoon. It's after 12 o'clock, but I'm just starting work down here in the workshop, and I thought I would show you exactly what's going on. So take a look here. Give me 1 second. So we've got, now that we have the first coat of the Osmo PolyX on the base of the drafting table, we'll come back and put another coat on this, hopefully before I go to work today. But you can see the beautiful wood, oak on this guy, a lot of nice wood. And I have started on the top. And what I'm doing here is there's quite a thick layer. It's going to be really hard to see this, but there's quite a thick layer of polyurethane. I'm not sure exactly. This is an old top. This top is probably 60 years old, and it's been cut down now. So I did reduce the size of this top, which was originally about 58 inches long here. I've reduced it down to 52 inches, and I have the width now at, I believe, 36 inches. It was about 38 inches. So just crisping up the edges. We'll put a mitered edge on it before we finish it. But as you can see, when I scrape off, that gives you a really good idea right there. As I scrape off this polyurethane or whatever it is, it's really gummy. It's dry to the touch, but if you try to sand it, I'll show you what happens. I sanded off my repairs here, and you can kind of see see the bumps on the sanding disc. Well, those are the gummy residue. And of course, once that builds up, you're not really sanding it. You're just heating up that old poly and just burning it into the sanding disc. So you could go through quite a few sanding discs if you wanted to actually sand this down. But what I'm doing is scraping this, and let me get started, and you'll kind of get a little better idea of how this goes. Let's start up here. All right, so here we go. It takes a lot of energy to do this, so I have been kind of going at it here for about 15-20 minutes, and I don't have quite half of it done. Kind of see how it takes that off. So instead of gumming up the sanding disc, we end up with this. So we'll try to get that off. It's going to take me probably another, I don't know, probably another 15, 20, 25 minutes. You can see right there. That's basically So I'll get back to you when I get a little farther along. Okay guys, I've turned this around, starting on the other side, and as you can tell, I'm out of breath and I'm really sweating. So this is a lot of work. Let's keep going. Okay. Oh, this is looking so much better. You can see how much flatter it looks here through where we had some kind of reaction with that polyurethane on it. Over here, can you see that? Let me give you a little better view. I had a repair right there. And of course now it's pretty much scraped out. We'll see a little, just that little line. and I filled it in. What I use for wood filler, which I also used on some of the little, you can't see that. Let me zoom back out here a little bit for you. But on some of the nail holes here, which I'll show you up close when I get to sanding, I use Timbermate wood filler, and this stuff is great. This will not, it's water based, but it will not dry out. And if it dries out a little bit, you just add a little water and mix it up. And it's a little more expensive, but it sure works good. So let me keep at this, and I'll try to finish scraping the rest of this off. And before I start sanding, I will get back. All right, well, I am done doing the scraping on this drafting table top, and let me show you some of what it looks like now. So here it is. I'll pick up the edges here with the sander, but before I get sanding, I just wanted you to see what this looks like. Much better than before. There's really this turned out really nice. I think this is going to be a beautiful top. I think I'm just going to leave it natural. We will use the Osmos Polyex on it, and I think it'll be a nice complement to the base, which I did in an early American stain. So beautiful top. Let's get to sanding. You know, I mentioned some of the stuff that I use for repairing this. I plugged holes with a wood filler, and I did mention the brand names, but just want to make you realize that I do not get paid at all, or I'm not sponsored at all with any of these companies. It comes out of my pocket. So if you want to leave me a coffee, the link is below. That would be much appreciated. I kind of need one right now. I'm sweating. This took about a half an hour to scrape this all off, and I've got a good sweat going, and I'm just getting my breath back. So let's get sanding. I'm loving the way this is turning out. Okay, remember, we've got to do the same thing on the back. So here we go. Thankfully, the back didn't have nearly as much on it. Thank goodness. Let's turn it around. Okay, I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Do you think I should stain the top to match the legs, or leave the top natural for the contrast?